Breaking news tonight, Diddy the Dangler. Sworn testimony that Sean Combs dangles a model with his bare hands off a 17th floor balcony. Her life precariously in the balance, and the jury reacts not in a good way. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories, and I want to thank you for being with us. Okay, you know what's interesting? I'm going to try to pretend I didn't hear anything Dubé just said because it was like blah, 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 blah. Lynn Shaw is joining me, founder and director of Lynn's Warriors, committed to ending sex abuse and sex trafficking on women and girls. You know what? Every time we hear about a pimp, branding, let's go with branding a victim, or threatening her in some bizarre way, or torturing her in some unorthodox manner. And I came up with branding because of a famous case we were just investigating where all of the victims were branded. And it really sticks out in your mind because it's unusual. You don't hear of it very often. But actually, what Sean Combs is accused of doing here is no better than what pimps do to women under their control.
What we're forgetting here in all of this discussion is we saw that woman on the video, calling out how great Diddy is, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, and alleged crimes. We know all this. But how about, what's being lost here? All of the women and victims, and not only of Diddy's, because every single day at my organization and other coalition organizations across the United States, guess what, Nancy? We have to put out statements to all of our survivors around the country because they're so triggered from hearing all of this. And on top of it, I want to point out, Anthony, I hope you're booked to testify or something. I hope they have some trauma bonding specialists going in there, psychoanalysts, psychologists, to explain about this trauma bonding, vulnerable witnesses. And let me also point out, I don't want to hear about drugs. You know why? Because anybody who is addicted, and these, Cassie herself admitted, drugs. And you know what? They will do anything to stay by that person who will supply the drugs, including taking beatings, doing crimes for them. So we've got to turn this around, and we've got to support victims across the country in this story, because I'm getting tired of every single day. I don't know how to explain it to them. And we're in week 4. They're asking what's going on. They are so triggered. And we have lawyers all over televisions and online talking about things, putting ideas out there. This case cannot be sex trafficking. It's not going to be, Mann Act, this, that, and the other thing. It better darn well be RICO case, criminal enterprise. Because you know what? The only thing in my mind that makes all of this stick is no matter what happens at the end of the day is that Cassie video in that hotel hallway. And that's all. I hope they convict him. That's my just on that.
The more the defense objects to any particular line of questioning, the more sensitive it is, right? The more you scream at the dentist office is because that's the more it hurts, right there on that particular tooth. And they went after this witness tooth and nail. To Lauren Conlon, there was quite a cross-examination of her on the stand. What happened?